areas that were cut off into little rectangles. Duck Pond Field, Jamaica, Balnethel Field, Scots Moss, and often these little slices of land in the commentary of Scotlandwell Moss had a name of a person, and that could change. Somebody might die, and then whoever took over that piece of land, they would put their name instead of the name that was here. And here we have the assessment grazing rents that were paid so that the cow gang or young man who would look after the sheep and the cattle on the open commentary of Scotlandwell Moss, they would know how much they had to pay for the privilege of having their sheep and cattle on the moss. So there's an important element of management going on here. Now, the cutting of peat in Portmoak Moss is quite a different story. And we're looking here at a photograph I took from the bottom end of one of the gliding runways across Portmoak Moss and into Kilmagadwood, above the Crook of Devon, the Crooked Rigs. And you're in what is now called the Bishopshire. And the Bishopshire is really quite different from Scotlandwell Moss and the Crooked Rigs. And we're looking up on the face of the forebray of the Bishopshire. And it has its own element of management too. And all the names that you see on this diagram show you what people thought of how they could use it. And they describe it short, a how and a drum. You've got a whole series of hows or hollows and drums, which are ridges. And here's a beautiful map. It's multicolour. It's in the Kinross Museum now, and it was drawn in 1796 by John Burrell, who was one of the Burrell parchment-making guys in Kinnesswood. This is only half of the map. This is the Eastlands of Kinnesswood, and there used to be, I don't know where it is now, there used to be a plan of the Westlands, so you could open them out. And the plans tell you where you, as an individual family, were allowed to cut the peat, including the edges of common lands to Portmoak Moss. Look at the Stokes as well. Now here is the Bishopshire in its entirety, and you see a number of names of farms: Kilmagads, Kinnesswood, Balnethel, East of Bulgari, West of Bulgari, Powmill, and Pittendreich. And these are nothing to do with Scotlandwell, but you're looking at the forebraes, the backbraes, and the lower lands that take you down to the loch, some of which are held as commentaries